My name is Philippe Carême. I'm the managing director of GenieVision. GenieVision is a spin-off of AGC Glass Europe. So what we do augmented reality for the construction industry. And the goal of our tool is to bring on the work site or the job site the 3D model to compare to the reality and see if the execution goes well. So in the construction industry you have almost 3 steps in the execution. So what we do, we pre-visualize what the job has to be done. I mean, with the smartphone. So on the smartphone here, this is a smartphone and this is a smart camera. With this kind of device you can look at the 3D model on the screens, overlaying the screen, and you can detect, so you project the 3D plan on the screen and you detect the non-conformities. So, but you can detect before the execution, what we call pre-visualization. You can detect during the execution problems. You can control after the execution if it's well done. Because today, what the people are using, in the construction industry you have the design of the building, which is purely 3D. In the offices, engineering, etc., they are making 3D files, 3D designs of the building. But once they start the execution on site, they still use 2D paper plans. And this is a very old technology that comes from the past 300 years ago. And what we want to do is to bring the plans with using a smartphone. So the pay point is the 2D plans, so they are not up to date. They receive it by email, so sometimes they cannot print it. They have in the car, so they use an outdated 2D plans to make the execution, and from the 3D transform to 2D plans, you lost a lot of information. And they are still working like 100 years ago. I mean, and bringing on-site the 3D model with augmented reality, it's much more advanced to have a better execution, less error, and less planning deviation that costs for the companies. You know, in the construction industry, the real pain is the cost of the failure. Between 7% and 12%, so almost 10% of the cost, are wasted just because of failed installation or failed execution. So we target these 10% of failed costs, and we want to reduce them by half to increase the margin of the construction companies. You know, the margin in the construction industry is almost maximum 3%. If we can increase by 0.5% of this margin, the gain is very high for those companies. So our software, the starting point is a 3D model. Unfortunately, Belgium, less than 10% of the projects are in 3D. So if the companies are not working in 3D but only in 2D, because they are still using 2D only sometimes, you are not able to use our software. So what we are targeting the companies that have invested a lot in the 3D design and the first phase and the design phase of the construction, that they can use our software on site to, as I already explained, to increase the pace of execution, have less error, and to increase the margin. Because once you have invested in a design department, I mean, after you print everything in 2D, you lost the investment. So we are taking that investment in people and time for the design on site. That's what we want to do. So the BIM managers are the most important person that we want to target to explain what we do, and the project managers if they are 3D minded. So we bring on the market in February 2020 our MVP, and in March, so a month later, the COVID came out, and then we, of course, we did not had the chance to sell our MVP. So it was a tough year last year because we were not able to, augmented reality, you can make a presentation and videos, but after people want to have it in hands with a tablet or phone. Due to the COVID, we were not able to meet people face to face. That was the issue, or to go to the work site to explain how it works. And I expect that it would not be the case next month in Belgium with the third wave, but if it is, then we have the same problem again. So the main issue for us with the COVID-19 was to meet the people to show the tool. So the TransTime monitor is the circularity of the raw material. So when you destroy a building, you want to take all the raw material that you can reuse for the future. If you do that, I mean, you need to invest in BIM, in 3D and in BIM, from the start point to the destruction of the building. How you do that, you need to invest in 3D and in BIM to do that. So what I expect in Belgium in the coming 5 years is that the expansion of the BIM usage for all the ecosystem, I mean construction companies, but also real estate, to be more efficient in all aspects.